Welcome to the $1 Million Drop Live. We're not going to have this big fancy intro like we usually would, but that's just because we have had some major technical problems here. My computer decided it does not like me and didn't want to work. So, it's now reconnecting into the internet, or well, I shouldn't say the internet, but it's coming back. It's coming back to, it should be back on here in 2 seconds. Yeah, sorry we're on 3 minutes late because of that issue. We apologize. But we're going to get right straight into things now. Obviously, when we left you the last time, we were having quite the game, if I do say so myself. But unfortunately, it did not end up with us. Well, safe to say, we were going to have $1 million pretty much all the way throughout the whole game. But unfortunately, in question 5, we lost 66% of our money. So now we're only down to $340,000, which is still a good chunk of money. Don't get me wrong there, but yeah, obviously it's not as much as $1 million, obviously. So yeah, so we could have had 1 million. That's okay, but I do have an exciting schedule change. The $1 Million Drop Live from here on out will air for 1 hour, so no more half-hour episodes. So we will start at 5:30 p.m. Eastern Time every Friday for home games for the Muskies. So yeah, that's going to be really exciting stuff, obviously. So yeah, we're ready to go. I'm just trying to figure out what the bank time is we have for this game that we're in the middle of right now. So yeah, I'm just kind of busy trying to get that all situated here so that, because whatever time we have left on question 8, we'll have to answer the question, and it could be for a large sum of money. But each one of these drops, though, is going to control our destiny. And let's talk about these 4 drops. What we're going to do is that we have to risk our money on every single question, all of our money on every single question. And obviously, hopefully it works well in our favor, because if it does, we could win a whole lot of money. Now, we're at the point of our game where we must keep at least 2 drop zones clear. So, it was like 2 minutes and 40 something seconds, I believe, in terms of bank time. In fact, we're gonna find out right now if this thing would quit freaking loading, which is why we were on the air so late. Partly one of the reasons. Daughter of Australian Emperor Francis I. So yeah, in fact, we'll probably take a break right before we move in to this first question. We'll do that. We'll figure out how much time we have, and then we'll run into break. My grandparents have the main clock that they look off of is all Roman numerals, and that's why I know Roman numerals 1 through 12. So yeah, not bad. We're gonna take a break, and when we come back, we're gonna play 1, maybe 2 more questions. We'll see. And when we come back, we're gonna play 1, maybe 2 more questions. I'm gonna see if I can. And when we clock that they look off of is all Roman numerals, and that's why I know. The break at this pace we're going. We'll be back. Frick, I can't see that. I don't know how y'all are able to see that. But we're just going to say for now it's 2 minutes and 40 seconds. There. I might be off by a few seconds, but it's okay. I might be off by a lot of seconds, actually. But we're going to take a break. We're going to be back. Don't go away. Por favor. I know. Yeah. I know it's not what we really wanted, but that's the way it works. Technical goofs, I can't control that, obviously. So we'll be back in a few moments. There's our intro.
Head on. Apply directly to the forehead. Head on. Apply directly to the forehead. Head on. Apply directly to the forehead. Head on. Available at Walgreens. Head on. Apply directly to the forehead. Head on. Apply directly to the forehead. Head on. Apply directly to the forehead. Head on. Available at Walgreens. New from the makers of Head On. Introducing Activon. Arthritis pain? Activon. Apply directly where it hurts. Activon Arthritis. Available at Walgreens.
Do you know the secret to a happy home in these modern times? It's a housewife who's in control of the finances.
Actually, any wife, husband, or human person can use Progressive's Name Your Price tool to take control of their budget.
And while the men do the hard work of making money, she can get all the car insurance options her little heart desires.
Or the women might do the hard work of making money.
Women don't have jobs.
Is this guy for real?
Modernizing car insurance.
That's enough out of you. The Name Your Price tool, only from Progressive.
Where is your husband?
I see a little silhouette of a kind. Mountain Dew, time to do the slam dunk roll. Citrus tasting, quenching, very, very exciting. Fantastico, fantastico, magnifico. They're just thirsty dudes, anybody knows that. They're just thirsty dudes, out on a thirsty day, sparing their life from this banality. Easy come, easy go, will he get the dew? Bismillah, no, he will not get the dew. Get the dew. Bismillah, she will not get the dew. Get the dew. Bismillah, they will not get the dew. Get the dew. We will get the dew. Get the dew. We will get the dew. Here we go.
Oh, I'm Russell Oliver, and I buy your used jewelry. If you have gold rings, gold earrings, I'll give you cash. If you have diamonds, bring them to me. I'll give you cash. I love gold. Bring me your old gold, and I'll give you cash. Because
I'm the cash man. I give you money for your gold, oh yeah. Yes, I'm the cash man. I'll give you money for your gold.
oh yeah.
Got me right here, combustible, and I can't wait to finally explode. The big thing, the reason I'm alive, with all the stuff alive in this universe inside. And the big bang, one day.
Welcome back to the $1 Million Drop Live. It is 7:12 p.m. Eastern Time, excuse me. 6:12 p.m. here in the studio. So, we have got $340,000. 3 questions remaining. 2 minutes and 40 seconds of bank time. Here we go. Let's play the $1 Million Drop Live. Here we go. Question 6 of 8. Juniper berries, potatoes, agave, sugarcane. And the question is this: from what is rum distilled? Well, it's got to be berries, I think, because, I mean, wine and beer, that's all from, like, fruit and stuff. So that would automatically rule out these 3. That's just my brain working this year. Let's put all of our money on it. But we've lost a lot of money because of that, too, so I want to put a little bit on potatoes, but I'm not sure how much. Let's see, we got 340 grand now. I don't think it would hurt too much if we put 10,000 on potatoes. Although if juniper berries were to drop, and potatoes is right, we'd have only $10,000 to work with the final 2 questions. This is the things you think about here on the $1 Million Drop Live when you get deep into this game. I think we'll keep it on that. We'll keep it the way it is. Alright, clock's running out. And 3, 2, 1. There we go. So we put 10,000 bucks on potatoes. Nothing on a Gabe or Sugar King. Oh boy, here we go. This is where things could go from bad to worse. We'll see what's going to drop. In fact, the correct answer was sugarcane, and we did lift the lid on this drop. But obviously that wouldn't have affected the outcome because we would have lost 340 grand anyway. But gosh, such a perfect game. And then question 5 hits us right in the rear end, and yeah, that's just really, really unfortunate. So we come out of this game with nothing. But you know what? We still got plenty of game left to play here. Plenty of time left, so I'm going to get everything all set up here. Right before I came on the air, I filmed day 1 of our 12 days of Christmas on the Ronnie Show. So that will start on December 13th and run through December 24th every night, 8 p.m. Eastern Time. That's the plan for right now. Obviously, due to the Muskies playing, those times may be adjusted. In fact, Fridays the 14th will, and Saturday nights the 16th will be affected by that. So, yeah. Right now, I'm just picking up all the money out of the drops that was dropped. So, yeah, that's pretty much the schedule to come. As I get the remaining money here all set up. Gosh, you're so close, and then it gets ripped out from underneath you. Wowie, wowie, wowie. You know what? That's what happens when you risk all your money on, question you're not quite sure about, and you think you know it, but really, in reality, you don't know it. So, yeah. That's okay. It's okay. No biggie. For now. Still got plenty of game left to play. But gosh, we haven't won any. We have not beaten the drop since the season premiere. Which obviously is not good. So, yeah. Alrighty, here we go. We're all set up for a new game. Let's do this. Here is question number 1 of 8. Michael Chabon, Michael Crichton, Dan Brown, Stephen King. And the question is this. Which author of the Da Vinci Code and Angels and Demons stated in a 2013 interview with the Sunday Times that he uses inversion therapy to help him write? Alright, we can immediately rule out Michael Chabon and Dan Brown. Those are automatically eliminated. I don't think it's Stephen King, but I might put a little bit of money on it. In fact, I think I might do 90 or 900 to 100, or maybe 950 to 50 type of thing. So let's start moving the money. Let's save 100,000 for Stephen King in case that's right. As a rain check type of thing. case, God forbid, we happen to lose $900,000 on the first question. $950,000. There. Let's think about this a little bit more. It's got to be Michael Crichton, because I don't think Stephen King wrote the Da Vinci Code. But you know what? Like I said, we are going to leave a little bit of money on it. But I'm now only going to leave 50,000. So it'll be 950 and 50 here. Alright, clock's winding down in 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Let's see what's going to drop. We hope it's not a lot of money, obviously. Okay. Well, let's get the pain over with. It was Dan Brown. Damn you, Dan Brown. Dan Brown, believe it or not, was the correct answer. And just like that, we lost all $1 million on the first question. See, that's the thing. I've heard of Michael Crichton and Stephen King. I've never heard of Dan Brown before. Ever in my life. Was I supposed to know him? No. But do I know him now? Oh, you damn right I do know who he is now. That asshole. I had to self-censor myself because it's before 9 o'clock. Although it might be 9 o'clock after, now that you're watching this, because, you know, this is a live show, so, yeah. Anyway, we're getting the money all set up here once again for another game here, the $1 Million Drop Live. I love my job, I'll tell you that. Doing this, although I should get paid people to do this, but, you know, hey, if you want to come help me out with this, counting and setting up all the money and stuff, you let me know. DM me on my Instagram, or let's see, Snapchat or Instagram would be the best spots. I don't use Twitter that much, honestly, although I do have a Twitter account. I'm refusing to call it X. What Elon Musk has done is just, I don't know. I still don't know if I like him or not, to be honest with you. Like, yeah, he created Teslas, which are, like, mega popular and probably one of my favorite cars, but self-driving type of thing where so many bad things could happen, I don't know about that. Then him changing it to X and making it all black and stuff like Tesla is, that was kind of questionable to me too. Because it's not Twitter anymore, but that's a discussion for a whole nother day. Alright, question 1 of 8, here we go. Well, try her again. Hopefully it's a question we know. Hopefully it is. Claudia Debussy wrote an opera. All their cabbages vanished. The clock struck 13 o'clock. Martin Van Buren was elected president. The question is this. In Edgar Allan Poe's The Devil in the Belfry, what happens to upset the citizens of Vondervat-Amitis? Vondervat-Amitis. Okay, I don't think it would be Martin Van Buren being elected president. I'm thinking since, you know, the devil and the clock struck 13 o'clock, like that to me is connecting for me all of a sudden, so I don't know. Oh, by the way, we can keep one drop zone clear for the first 4 questions, so I think we have to put the majority of our money on the clock struck 13 o'clock, because that just would make the most sense. Because writing an opera, I don't think that would be right. Cabbages vanished, I could see people getting upset about that, but no, I think we gotta put all of our money on the clock struck 13 o'clock. Or, you know what? I mean, to me it's connecting, but this is just a guess, honestly, and I don't think I want to put that much money on a guess, so 40-10, we'll call it good. Let the clock won't run down here. In fact, you know what? Oh, no, we'll just leave it there. Clock's up. Okay. So we put 10,000 on writing an opera. Claude Debussy wrote an opera. 40,000 on All Their Cabbages Vanished, and 950,000 on The Clock Struck 13 o'clock. Let's see what's going to drop. Uh-oh. Oh, what were we worried about? It was The Clock Struck 13 o'clock. Woo! But, on some things, you really just cannot be sure, and I wasn't 100% sure on that. Good idea to split the money, and it was only $50,000 too. So, hey, $950,000 as we move on to question 2. Not that bad at all. Let's move our money back. We're going to take a break. We'll be back. Don't go away with question 2.
Today we celebrate the first glorious anniversary of the Information Purification Reactors. Created for the first time in all history, a garden of pure ideology, where each worker may bloom, secure from the pests of any contradictory influence. Purification, of course, is more powerful weapon than any fleet or army on earth. We are one people. One will, one resolve, one cause. Our enemies shall talk themselves to death, and we will bury them with their own confusion. We shall prevail.
On January 24th, Apple Computer will introduce Macintosh. And you'll see why 1984 won't be like 1984.
It's not a journey. Every journey ends, but we go on. The world turns and we turn with it. Plans disappear. Dreams take over. But wherever I go, there you are. My luck, my fate, my fortune. Chanel number 5. Inevitable.
Whopper, 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 Junior, Double, Triple, Whopper, flame grill taste with perfect toppers. I rule this day. Lettuce, mayo, pickle, ketchup, it's okay if I don't want that Impossible or bacon Whopper, any Whopper my way. You rule your season today and BK, have it your way.
Ever since people started recording information, there's been a need to duplicate it.
Very nice work, Brother Dominic. Thank you. Very nice. Now, I would like 500 more cents.
Brother Dominic, how are you?
You do a big job for me.
The Xerox 9200 duplicating system, unlike anything we've ever made, feeds and cycles originals, has a computerized programmer that controls the entire system, can duplicate, reduce, and assemble a virtually limitless number of complete sets, and does it all at an incredible 2 pages per second.
Here are your sets, Father. The 500 sets you asked for.
It's a miracle.
back everybody to the $1 Million Drop Live. It is 7:29 p.m. Eastern Time, 6:29 p.m. right here in our studio. Remember, at 7:45 tonight, the Muskies are in Fargo, so we'll have the pregame show for that. That's coming up in just over 15 minutes time. We'll play for about 12 more minutes, and then we'll take a break, and then we'll come back, and we're going to have the game. So, yeah. Here we go. Question number 2 of 8. We have got $950,000 in play. Here we go. Let's play the $1 Million Drop live. Here's question number 2. Shakespeare and Pope, Wordsworth and Coleridge, Marlowe and Donne, Melville and Blake. And the question is this. All the moons of Uranus are named from the works of which 2 authors? Okay. I don't think it's the first 2. So I don't think it's Shakespeare. They wouldn't name a moon Shakespeare. And I don't think they would name a moon Wordsworth. Melville and Blake, those are common boy names, or at least names in general, so let's start setting our money on that. But let's look at the other option here. Marlowe and Donne. Now, if I had to split my money on something else, 2 ways on something else, it would be that one. So this is why I'm kind of stuck here. Should we do what we did the last time and put like 50,000 on a different answer? I think we'll do that, but we're only going to put 25,000, I think. Because that's, there. Woo, just in the nick of time. So 50,000 we put on Marlowe and Donne, and then 900,000 rather, on Melville and Blake. Let's see what's going to drop. Oh my God, it was Shakespeare and Pope! Oh, you've got to be kidding me! The 5 major rooms are Titania and Oberon. I guess they're characters from A Midsummer Night's Dream. Well, shoot, they're characters from a freaking novel. If you don't know the novel, then you sure as hell don't know the characters. F that. That's bull. I call baloney on that. That's crap. That is such crap, it's unbelievable. To me, at least. You might think differently. Well, I don't. I think what I say and mean what I say. This is a bunch of crap. Now we're going to have to try and hurry it up now so that we can get, the game fitted here in time. So, we can at least get through 2 more questions here in the new game and then come back to it next Friday. Which, since the Muskies are home next Friday, it will start at 5:30 p.m. Eastern Time. So, be 4:30 Central. Like I said, $1 Million Drop Live is now an hour long for all editions of the show, not just, obviously, this version. So, yeah. Really excited about that move. It moves like Jagger, to say the least. And yeah, you gotta be here for that, too. When we move like Jagger here on this show. Obviously, that's not really a thing. But we might move like Jagger, when we win a whole lot of money. But, obviously, like I said earlier, we have not beaten the drop since our first episode, like 2 months ago. That is a little worrisome, obviously. I'm missing $10,000. And I don't know why. Oh, because we didn't. Okay, I see why. We're missing $10,000. God, that would have been interesting. That $1 million drop live for $990,000. That would have been fun. All right, here we go. $1 million, 8 questions. Here we go. Here's the question. First question. We have not gotten a single question right tonight, so. Hey. The Beijing Strait, the Bering Strait, the Alaskan Strait, or the Russian and American Strait? And the question is this. Which strait lies between Russia and Alaska? I don't think it would be Beijing Strait. Beijing. I don't think it would be that. Bering Strait. I've heard of that, but I don't know where it is. It would have to be, to me, either Alaskan Strait or Russian and American Strait. Clock has started officially now. God freaking damn it. Okay. Hold on. It's coming. There we go. So yeah, we'll put the majority of our money on that here. Although we're going to spread our cash out to other places here in a minute. Let's get all this all in one go here. There. See, this is still 50,000 on Bering in Alaska. I think that's good enough. Alright, I think that's good. We'll let the clock run out. Alright, here we go. We put 50,000 on each of the Bering Strait and the Alaskan Strait and the Russian and Alaskan Strait. Let's see what's going to drop. We're either going to have 50,000 or $900,000 by the time this is up here. Alright, we're still in the game here. We're still in the game. So we're moving on to question 8 no matter, or the next question no matter what. So that's okay. That's okay. Like I said, we're either going to have 900,000 or 50,000. Let's see the final thing to drop. Well, it was Bering Strait, but that left us with $50,000. Well, here we'll play the theme of moving our money back. Hey, 50,000. That's not bad, but we did lose $950,000 there. So, yeah, we got to be a little more risky now with our money. But 50,000 is a lot of money, so. Good chunk of money. Here we go. Question number 2 of 8, even though we only have $50,000 for it. Here we go. We still gotta keep one drop zone clear. A sport for masochists, the sport of kings, a walk in the park, a good walk spoiled. And the question is this. 19th century American humorist and author Mark Twain once described the game of golf as what? A sport for masochists? I don't think that's right. The sport of kings? I don't know. That sounds a bit corny. but we're gonna definitely rule out this one for sure. So we'll kind of split it out 3 ways here. I'm a good walk spoiled. I think that's it. I don't think here. You know what? We'll do that. So that's 40,000, and then you'd only lose 10,000. All right, let's stop the clock. 40 seconds left still. Well, we put 40,000 on a good walk spoiled and 10,000 on a walk in the park. Let's see what's going to drop. Yeah! Woo! It was a good walk in the park, right? No, that wasn't it. What did he call it? Either way, though, we were right. So, hey, not bad. And we still have $40,000 and 40 seconds of bank time. So, the number 40 is on our side right now. Let's move our money back. We'll have time for one more question here, because then we're going to have a pregame show coming up. Here we go. Here is the next question. Question number 3 of 8. Piano, lemon, shampoo, dollar. The question is this. Which of the following everyday English word was borrowed from Hindi? Alright, so I'm going to sound these words out. Piano. Alright, that sounds like it came from a different language because it did. Lemon, that sounds like a regular English word to me. Shampoo, I think that sounds a little bit, I wouldn't say Hindi, but from another language. And then dollar, that's American. So if I had to put all my money on one, it would be shampoo. Of course, we got to be risky now this time in the game. So yeah, I mean, we still got 4 questions left after this, and we got to stay in the game here. So yeah, I think we'll go with that and stop the clock. 41 seconds still on the clock when we stopped it. Let's see though what's going to drop, and hopefully we did not make a mistake there. Yeah, it was shampoo. We're going to take a break, and when we come back, we're going to have the pregame show. Stay tuned. Don't go away.
What do we have? Penny, 120 over 60. Is he on any medication?
None. Doctor, I think you should see this.
How much?
Why, what is it?
He's got money coming out the wazoo. What do we have? Money out the wazoo. Move this man to a private room.
By the way, this man's got money coming out the wazoo. Does your husband have insurance?
Insurance? He's got money coming out of the wazoo.
Oh.
It's time for E-Trade, the #1 place to invest online.
Quarterback. And he,
Others won't be so lucky.
When you're in my arms, you make me prouder than...
That was terrible. No, I mean awful. I thought he took it quite well.
Thousands of wannabes, only one winner, and your vote decides who it is. American Idol, The Search for a Superstar. A new series Tuesday, June 11th on Fox.
Give the perfect gift for me time, bedtime, and tea time. As for accessories, earrings might sound like the answer, but this sounds even better. All they wish for is something practical. Gift size matters. Bigger, no. Pocket-sized, perfect.
Sent it.
23rd, Apple Computer will announce the Macintosh Office. You can look into it, or you can go on with business as usual.
Welcome back. Pre-game time, everybody. So, here we go. It should be coming on here in any minute now.
You can sit there and say you're playing lesser opponents. That's how you get beat. Listen, the NFL is always going to be shield-driven.
This is your home for the NFL. Because on Fox Sports Radio, NFL game days are different.
Hey, it's the Odd Couple. If you're using debit over credit, don't you think it's time to also get rewarded? Well, now you can with Discover Cashback Debit. It's a checking account that rewards everyone with cashback on everyday purchases. Plus, you're not charged any account fees, period. Whether you're moving, starting a new job, or headed into the next stage of life, whatever it is, Discover Cashback Debit is for everyone. Check out eligibility and terms at discover.com/cashbackdebit. Discover Bank, member FDIC.
Lowe's knows how to save pros time and money. Right now, get up to 40% off vanities. And there's more. Get up to 50% off select tools and accessories from trusted top brands like DeWalt and Craftsman. Visit us in-store or online for more deals you can't beat. Because Lowe's knows savings. Lowe's knows pros. About 11:30 through 12/6. While supplies last. Selection varies by location.
Discover, this is Daniela.
Hi, it's Jennifer Coolidge. I just want to thank you for making me feel so special. I earned cash back on debit for my dinner party groceries.
That's great, but with Discover Cashback Debit, we give everyone cash back on everyday purchases. Anything else I can help you with?
Do you like asparagus and mushroom sorbet? I've got leftovers.
Introducing Discover Cashback Debit, a checking account with cash back. It pays to discover. Eligibility and terms at discover.com/cashbackdebit. Discover Bank, member FDIC.
KMNS Sioux City. Fox Sports Radio 620 KMNS. Online at 620kmns.com and iHeartRadio.
It's now time for Sioux City Musketeer Hockey.
Coming down left side, dishing up. Oh, and the one-time wide.
Musketeer Hockey.
Down beat, back on the Sioux City goes straight around the 5-hole. Right between the legs.
The Sioux City Musketeers.
It's a blast. Goal! Oh, was that a booster coming from the blue line? And a trail of fire behind that one. Sioux City has a power play to continue and a 3-1 lead.
Musketeer Hockey.
Quick shot, goal! What a flick! It just released so well. Sioux City goal! And the Musketeers force game 5.
Sioux City Musketeer Hockey is on Fox Sports Radio 620 KMNS and streaming live on the iHeartRadio app.
Good evening, Curtis Anderson here at Shields Arena in Fargo, North Dakota for Musketeer Hockey on Fox Sports Radio 620 KMNS. Musketeer Hockey is presented by Fremont Tire. Musketeer Hockey also brought to you by Big Brig. It's our pregame show brought to you by Big Brig. Brought to you by ServPro, Americold Storage, Hard Rock Hotel and Casino. That's our power play. The Wheelhouse, Johnny Mars, Knife River Midwest, the Firehouse Penalty Kill. Sioux City Airport, Mardo Brewing Company, Diesel Specialties, IV Empirical Foods, Summit Dental, Pioneer Auto, RTI, that's Riverside Technologies, and RP Constructors, our scoreboard sponsor. Well, tonight, your Musketeers, they will take on the first place Fargo Force. It'll be Sioux City's fourth time playing Fargo in just 3 weeks. And it will continue to be a big challenge. A matchup with the top team in both leagues. In the USHL, Sioux City comes into tonight's game with a 12-5-4 record. That's good for second place in the West with 28 points. So they trail Fargo by 5 points, but they do lead third place Tri-City by 5 points. They come into tonight's game after going 2-0 last week. 2-1 win over Omaha, but more importantly, a 3-2 win the day before Thanksgiving over this Fargo Force team. That was their second regulation loss of the season. And it has to give you confidence of what you need to do in order to have a chance to beat this Fargo team. They come in with a record 16-2-1. 33 points. Their only blemish in this building is an overtime loss to Dubuque, the top team in the East. Last week, after falling to Sioux City, they bounced right back, and boy, did they ever. They beat Chicago 8-0 and 6-0. Call that a big bounce back? I would say so. You look at the two teams right now, Sioux City, and what they've done in the last 5-10 games. We always like looking at that. Shows you a little picture of what's been going on. Sioux City's 3-2 in their last 5. The 2 losses were to Fargo. They are scoring just 2.6 goals a contest at times. So their scoring has gotten a little lower, giving up 3.6. That's actually gotten lower. But then you look at the last 10 games, Sioux City is 7-2-1. They're scoring 4.2 goals a game during that span and giving up 3.4 goals a contest. Sioux City is right up there, number 2 in goals for on the season at 88 goals on this season. Their power play is number 1, but we hope they get on the power play. They're 39.3%. That's number 1 in the USHL. Their penalty kill has gotten better and better. It's at 81.4%. That's number 5 in the USHL. We look at the team, and where do you start? You start off with the top goal scorer in the USHL, and that's Caden Shahan. He's got 15 goals. He leads all skaters in that category. He's got a total of 21 points on the season. And then you can look at a number of guys, because it's really been spread out nicely. Goldie Saganook with 14 points. Dylan Godbout with 18 points. 16 for Ethan Gardula. Brian Nicholas, he's got 19 points. And I can keep going. Max Grant has 17 points. And then you look on the D side of things, Ty Hansen. He is number 5 in the USHL as a defenseman scoring. He's got 3 goals and 11 assists. Also tied at number 5, how about Sam Court? He's got 4 goals and 10 assists. We're going to see Samuel Urban in net for the Musketeers tonight. He's 6-4-2, a 3.39 goals against average, at 876 save percentage. Let's take a peek at this Fargo Force team. They're 3-2 in their last 5 games. They are, during that time, they've been kind of held at bay scoring-wise. Well, that can't not be right. They are scoring a lot because of the 14 goals last weekend against Chicago. 4.6 goals for and just 2 goals against. Those are great numbers. They are 7-2-1 in their last 10 games. They're scoring 4.74, 2.2 against. Their power play is 3rd in the USHL, and that's at 33.3%. Their penalty kill, well, it's number 1. They've given up just 2 power play goals on the season. But if you look at it, they've only been shorthanded a total of 30 times. If you look at what Sioux City has been, Sioux City hasn't picked up a lot of penalties, but they still were shorthanded 59 times. So that is a big margin there. And part of that is because they possess the puck so well. If they have the puck, a lot of times you're not going to get penalized, right? Their players, and you really look at the top of their lineup. In Zam Plant, who's got 12 goals and 13 assists. That's number 2 in the USHL. And then Max Swanson. They're going to be paired up on the same line now. He's number 3 in the league in points at 6 goals and 16 assists. And then back in the lineup, and we'll look at this guy, been out for a little bit. He had an upper body injury. Jake Fisher is a tremendous player. He's going to be going to Denver next year. So we got to watch for him. We saw him early in the season, but he'd been out for a few weeks because of the injury. So you look at that. They are deep. They are talented. And then you look at their blue line, and you look at Leo Gruba, who's got 8 goals, 13 assists. That puts him as the top point getter as a defenseman. And by the way, he's a plus 16 on the ice. He's awfully good. And then Michael Quinn has 12 assists. We're going to see Anton Castro in net. He's 7-2-1. A 2.24 goals against average and an 892 save percentage. Sioux City and Fargo, we're going to take a short break. The pregame continues, brought to you by Big Creek. Coming back, we'll have an interview with Jason Kirshner, head coach of the Sioux City Musketeers. You're listening to Musketeer Hockey. It's here on Fox Sports Radio 620 KMNS.
So obviously tonight should be a fun one. Now, of course, they're in Fargo playing against the number 1 team in the league. But yeah, you saw what happened last Wednesday when they were here in town. Castro just let up a fluky goal when he really shouldn't have, but you know, I can't control goaltender stupidity. So anyway, let's get back to the game, or to the pregame show.
You're listening to Musketeer Hockey on Fox Sports Radio 620 KMNS.
Musketeer Hockey is presented by Fremont Tire. This is the pregame. It's brought to you by Big Frig. And speaking with Jason Kirshner, head coach of the Sioux City Musketeers, as they get set to take on the Fargo Force once again. Coach, interesting. You play. This is the fourth meeting in 3 weeks between you two guys. That's a lot.
Get them out of the way early in the year. I don't. And I think we talked about it last time. I don't know if it's good or bad. But yes, obviously some familiarity right now with these guys, having played them so many times. Tough matchup, as good as they are. But you know, that's something that we don't run from. We run towards it, and we're looking forward to you know, competing here. This is a team that obviously has a lot of wins, but has not had a regulation loss in this building. So we're looking forward to see if we can take a crack at them and find a way to get one.
Well, and you did beat them last week in your building. What did you guys do to get that win, or what did you do well?
First of all, we got some really big saves from our goalie, who will be going again here tonight, Samuel, and we'll need that. I mean, there's just it's a little bit of bend but don't break. There's just, you know, what's the old expression, courtesy? You can't stop them, you can only hope to contain them. So you know, we obviously need to try to limit their scoring chances, but we know that there's going to be moments and times when they really push and they're coming downhill on us, and you need a little bit of luck. You need some really good goaltending to survive those parts of the game, first and foremost. But then obviously, just as we've gotten through the series, I think we've learned a lot about some things that we can do to try to make it a little bit more balanced. I don't know that we can necessarily expect to outshoot them, outchance them, or whatever, but we need to just keep it close. If we can get ourselves in, you know, a very close battle as it relates to just, you know, scoring chances and things like that. And then it just comes down to, you know, if we're able to finish on our opportunities, which is not easy given the fantastic goaltending duo they have, and then obviously rely on our guys to make a couple of saves. I think that's what happened in that last game. I thought we made some adjustments. We had we were just able to keep it close enough where, you know, then we scored the two big goals there in the third, and we got some big saves. And again, as you know, the last, whatever it was, maybe 8 minutes of that game, they were definitely pushing and coming downhill on us. But we were able to survive it. It's just going to be a little bit more of that bend but don't break, and then be opportunistic on our chances when we can generate them.
You know, it's interesting because we talked about their style being very similar to your style, and I mean, they'll hem you in, they'll reload and all that stuff. But is it difficult to break your style? I mean, it's like, you know it, but if they do it well, it's still difficult.
Yeah, I mean, and that's what, you know, hey, full credit to them. Again, like we talked about last time, first and foremost, just with, you know, from Kerry, their general manager, in building a roster that is just so deep in all three positions, right? So starting with that, and then the coaching staff. It's one thing to have the players, it's another thing to get them all aligned and to play, you know, as aggressive as they do night in and night out. So, first of all, tip of the cap, just the utmost respect for them. And you're right, it is. It's why we want to play that style, because it is just so hard to play against when you're executing it properly. So, but again, having played them so much, I think we've learned some things that can help us maybe relieve pressure at times, and we need to do a better job here in these two games this weekend of you know, kind of giving them a taste of their medicine, which is the way we want to play. We need to forecheck better. We need to be able to kind of get out of some of their pressure in their own end zone so we can try to sustain some end zone offense. We've been a little bit more, let's just call it one and done, where we kind of get a chance, but then it's over. And then a couple minutes go by, we get a chance, but then it's over. If we can hopefully hang on to it and try to possess and extend our possessions and force them to defend a little bit, maybe you know, that'll kind of relieve some of the need to defend constantly against them, and also obviously try to generate some offense.
A lot of times they force teams to shoot from the outside, a B-generated shot. How do you get inside the circles, or do you have to take that B shot and try to jump on a rebound?
Yeah, it's not easy. You're right. I think, first of all, a combination of the two things. One, very, very, very good decor that skates really well, and you're right, does a really good job of kind of keeping the outside. And you give their forwards, first of all, they're obviously really offensive and skilled, but again, probably give the coaching staff a lot of credit to how they've gotten them to commit to working back and getting back over tops of pucks and getting to the middle of the rink. So it is difficult. We don't want to just settle for these shots. There will be times when we need to, and then try to get back inside. But we need to do a better job of possessing it and kind of think of it from maybe outside to inside, right? Like it's fine to start on the perimeter and moving around, try to spread them out, but then we got to get back to the inside. That's something that we've had a lot of success with against other opponents, and not so much here against Fargo. So you're right. That was kind of been a focal point of both video and on-ice practice, looking for some opportunities to kind of get away from that pressure, spread them out, and then try to get back to the inside before they can recollapse and congest it all over again. And I don't know. It's not going to be an easy task, but we'll see if we have a little bit more success here this weekend.
We'll find out tonight, Coach. Best of luck.
Thank you, Chris.
Jason Kirschner, head coach of the Sioux City Musketeers. This is the big pregame. Musketeer hockey is presented by Fremont Tire.
Are you ready for a career?
So, a little bit longer interview than usual, and this is going to be our new part of the set here, my big, long, extra long microphone, my game show microphone, that we'll be using a lot here in the future, mainly on game shows. But you know what? It's just like Gene Rayburn's old microphone, although it's a back scratcher. Alright, let's get to the final part of this pregame show right now.
This is Musketeer Hockey on Fox Sports Radio 620 KMNS.
Well, the big pregame continues from Fargo, North Dakota. Curtis Anderson with you. Let's run down the starting lineups and get set for puck drop. We'll start off with your Musketeers. It is starting at center, Colby sagging up to his right side, Kate Shahan. Left side is Dylan Godbout. On the blue line, Liam Hutka and Finn Loftus. In net is Samuel Urban. The rest of the lines, you have Brian Nicholas with Alexi Van Hout-Conchero and Ethan Gardula. Max Strand will center Easton Jacobs and Giacomo Martino. And then finally, Colin Kessler with Kate Pritchard and Mikhail Van Tassel. The defense outside of the starters, Ty Hansen, Owen Keefe, Sam Court, Kevin Fitzgerald, Cole Timonero, and great to see Joe Bentz back in there. Both Bentz and Pupka inside line. Great to see him healthy. Backup goaltender for the Musketeers is Jakub Krvacek. Head coach Jason Kirschner, associate is Michael Gershon, assistant Jacob Pritchard, and then we have general manager Sean Clark. Goalie coach is Shane Clifford, athletic trainer Callie Sitter, and equipment manager is Damon Wheeler. That's the Musketeers. For the Fargo Force, their starters are Zam Plants, centering Harper Bentz and Max Swanson. Very deadly line. Defense, Michael Quinn with Brazen Bozer. In net is Anton Castro. Here's the rest of their lines. This is what it looks like. Line 2, Jake Fisher, centering Meryl Stenari and Eero Hakkarainen. Tanner Wallos will center Lee Parks and Peter Cesar. Tom Leppo will center Reed Davatilla, Mason Kesselring, and an extra skater is Gavin Core. The defense, outside of the starters, you have Leo Gruba, Michael Newmeyer, Tate Taylor, Brian Lonergan, and Eddie Rebenek. A backup goaltender is Hampton Slukinski. Their head coach is Brett Skinner. The rest of the line, we have associate coach Corey Lieberman, assistant coach Jackson Keene, Carter Creer, and their general manager is Carrie Eads. That is the starting lineup. That's the lines for both sides. And now we'll just have puck drop here coming up shortly. Other games tonight, well, one's in the second period already. Youngstown is leading Muskegon 3-2. Let's see, tonight, starting same time as us, Dubuque is at Des Moines. 7 o'clock start is Chicago at Madison. 7 o'clock start, National Team Development Program at Omaha. Let's see, full slate looks like Green Bay at Tri-City. We have Sioux Falls at Waterloo. And last, but definitely not least, the Lincoln Stars are at the Cedar Rapids Rough Riders. Sioux City and Fargo And I tell you, it is been a tough task against this Fargo Force team. So Sioux City and their visiting green sweaters with gold trim, white numbers and nameplates, and they got green breezers and green helmets. It's white on the other side with black and blue trim. It is black numbers and nameplates, black helmets for the Fargo Force. We'll be back after this. You're listening to Musketeer Hockey, and it's brought to you by Big Rig.
The hottest place in town.
Well, if the name Jackson Keene sounds familiar with you, it's because if you remember back during our first season, we covered the Muskies, the 16-17 season. He was a part of that squad that took us all the way to the Clark Cup final, lost in the final game against Chicago, but it was a great time nonetheless. Well, stay tuned now here for some very special programming right here on RVN, some special Friday night programming, and we will be back for a post-game recap at 11 p.m. Eastern Time. Have a great rest of your Friday night. See ya.